Welcome, 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 Kendall Sports fans. This is Pulse 9 on the Kendall Sports Network. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Follow us on social media. Mark, how are you today?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Could be better, I'm not gonna lie. Uh,
Yeah, me too.
rough couple of games uh, by Inter Miami. Um, Last night left a little bit of a sour taste. We'll get into that later. Um, but the game on Saturday against New York Red Bulls, we'll just
Yeah.
jump right into it. Um, no Messi.
No.
Um, Started in a 4-3-3,
Mm-hmm.
but not your conventional or regular 4-3-3. Tell us
No.
the
No.
saga wrinkle that he threw at us that day.
To my surprise, I saw Sergio Busquets starting at center back, and I was like, "Wait, what? April Fool's isn't for another week." And I was like, "What is happening here?" After seeing Noah Allen play center back for the preseason and knowing how that experiment went, could that have been, Tata not having confidence in him? Something that didn't work out. Did Tata finally realize that his position is left back, or is he better suited as a wide center back in a five back set? But the game happened, and Busquets is there at center back against New York City FC.
So you pose a good question. Busquets at center back. The absence of Noah Allen in the starting lineup, given the the injuries that we had, does is that Tata admitting that the Noah experiment didn't work?
Mhm.
Does he now find it hard pressed to find minutes with Negri coming back, with Cello joining the team? I feel like this team goes in roller coasters in terms of depth. We had depth at the back line. Then we trade away everybody, and now we're struggling again. Then we have depth at the six, at the double pivot. Redondo goes down, the world is falling. We have no depth again. We had depth upfield, in the midfield. Messi goes out. Oh my God, we don't know who's going to play there. What happens with Noah Allen in that back line now, in your opinion?
All right. Realistically, this team is really, really deep, and the guys that you see playing, like Ryan Saylor, your Lawson Sunderland, Alfonso, generally are like your 25th and like 24th player on the roster. They're playing as a 16th and 17th guy almost. This team is really, really deep. We're just depleted by injuries at the moment. And the question is like you just asked, is Noah Allen gonna struggle for minutes? Realistically, I think he should. Is Negri better than him? 100%.
Right?
Is he better than any of the center backs? No. Is he better than Ryan Saylor as a third option center back? Who knows? Those two, I would take Ryan Saylor just because of his height and he's stronger. And that's his position. Is he better than Alba out wide? No. So Noah Allen, he can be a sporadic team player, first team player at best. Like with this team fully healthy, like playing in the Leagues Cup games and stuff like that, sure. Giving rest to these guys or against like a lesser opponent in the MLS, sure. But realistically, like when this team is fully healthy, like I expect Negri to be the backup left back. And
Okay.
then have Sergey Kristov as the backup third option for center back and going forward like that, and Cello holding down that right side.
Okay. So then I'll go back to something you said earlier. This team is really deep,
Hmm.
except we're decimated by injuries.
Hmm.
I feel like that is a, oh my God, I forgot the name of it. Uh, but jumbo shrimp, a
Okay.
contradiction in and of itself.
Hmm.
If we were so deep, why are we this bad when decimated by injuries?
I think it just like they just hit at a really inopportune time, and it's not one injury; it's multiple at a time. So that kind of like hurts us at that point. With Messi especially, we don't have a creative midfielder or a creative mind just yet because Kramashi's just getting back to training at full. He should be back very soon. But like this goes that the biggest problem with this team is when we lose Messi, obviously you're losing the greatest player in the world, but you're also losing the creativity that he plays with. And one guy that really did a solid for us in that role was Pozuelo when we brought in Pozuelo that year that we made the playoffs 2 years ago.
Right.
Um, we lacked creativity. We could not get the ball to Higuain. We could not open up the game. We could not open up the left and right side for our wingers. And once we got him, the game started becoming easier for us. Higuain was finding goals. Campana was finding goals. Taylor was finding goals. Pozuelo really opened that up. And right now, this team doesn't have that a true 10 or a true creative midfielder. So losing that with Messi, and then losing a Redondo and the plethora of other injuries that we have, it's just hard, because it's all at one time. It's not like, oh, it's one injury, then another guy comes back. It's injury after injury after injury after injury.
Does this does it feel like last season all over again?
In a way, it does, just because, like I said, how quickly the injuries just stacked up on top of each other. Like I didn't like the Redondo injury out of nowhere,
Out of
um,
nowhere because
like really out of that. The game against New York City FC, three center backs out. I had a feeling that Fede wasn't gonna play, but Christoph and Aviles, I didn't really. I mean, they popped up on the injury report late. We knew Negri was rehabbing. We knew Kremashi was rehabbing. Um, Taylor now pops up on the injury report. He went out early yesterday with a muscle injury. Looks like to his calf.
calf
Um,
or hamstring. I don't know if he was.
calf. It's either calf or hamstring. I'm not which one. Not sure which one, but it's definitely a muscle injury there. So we'll see if he's ready for next week's game.
Right. So Busquets starts, um, and I forget who played in the six. I know it was
Yannick Bright
right.
got the
Yannick
start.
first.
Who
Right.
who 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 he played? He played a good game.
Right. That Chelo gets signed, makes his debut. What a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
He had no trouble adjusting. He looked like he had been playing for years. He looked comfortable. He did not almost as if it was easy to him. What do you think?
Um, I thought he had a good debut, to be honest. He provides, attacking threat from the right side, can get back defensively. Did a good job defensively. Won tackles, won the ball back, won possession. Can distribute out of the back.
I saw
Um,
that.
can send the ball in. Can play inverted at times. In the midfield. So he provides a breath of fresh air, like you said, on that right back position. I a talent upgrade over Yedlin tenfold, I would say. He's 24 years old. He's young. He's got fresh legs. It's not like he was sitting around and stuff like that. He's been playing, so he's I would say a fantastic signing for us going forward.
My one concern in seeing him play against the Red Bulls,
New York City FC. We played Red Bulls 2 weeks ago.
sorry, New York City FC. My apologies.
Hmm.
Um, he gets a little aggressive on being. How can I phrase this? He can get caught with fakes
Okay.
because he tries to
Yeah,
be a little bit aggressive in terms of
he goes
yeah,
to ground easily. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah.
and
If he,
flanges a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I think that's just the type of player he is. Like that's his aggression, that's his motor. If he just stands a guy up and wait and delays for a midfielder to come back and help, and it'll be fine.
Give
But
me
it,
just 1 second, okay?
okay. I wonder if he's having technical difficulties. He's been having it a couple times. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. Yeah, man, I'm just sitting here, bro, waiting. Alex, what did you think of the game yesterday, or the New York City game? Hear your thoughts on that last MLS game we played, or specifically how Cello played.
My apologies, guys. Emergency at work. Live TV, live podcasting. That's exactly how it works. Um, so right, Cello just being a little bit over aggressive at the time. I think can get him into trouble.
Hmm.
Um, but you know, now going into the game. Oh, there it is.
Never, it's not a false nine without it.
No, not at all. Um, you know, Yannick Bright gets the start,
Yeah,
and it looks like a pretty even game at the beginning. It's very kind of back and forth. Both teams are creating a little bit. Nobody's really getting too much going. It's just back and forth.
yeah, a little feeling the game out. Yeah,
Yeah, and then um, Suarez gets there's a free kick.
yeah.
Press takes it.
Suarez
Suarez
gets, yeah,
pulls down a defender. I think it was Sands.
yeah.
I,
Plus
I
fans.
an embellishment as well, but Suarez just gets loose and scores.
Yeah, it's what Suarez has been doing.
Effective first half.
That's what Cello. Yeah,
He says that's a team we should dominate. I agreed.
100%, 100%. I mean, they're bottom of the East for a reason. It's not like we didn't take our chances. Like you said, I mean, Suarez scores that first goal. Then it's a waiting game for the second goal. But in that time period, Alba, there's a clearance from Calendar on the left side. Busquets is in on it, towards the left sideline. Busquets seems to be in control of it. Alba calls him off. He tries to play a pass to the middle of the field. It gets intercepted.
Huge miscommunication.
He,
Huge.
yeah, Alba had came out. He shot out of a rocket to go get that ball. Busquets was there. Let him clear it. Worst thing, you kick it out right there for a throw in. That's it. You reset. He tries to play it to the middle of the field. Intercepted. Then Leon Martinez gets on the end of it. I thought Calendar should have done a better job covering his near post. To be honest with you, you got to cover that near post and and trust your instinct that he's gonna make him go across body there. Um, to be fair, but nonetheless, they got a goal there, and it's 1-1 going into halftime.
Yeah, I feel that he was so cleanly in on goal. But I agree. You're as a goalkeeper,
You got to hold your first. You got to hold your first post there.
don't get me short side.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the replay, Chelo was there to cover that back post.
and that's a tough shot that guy he's got to take too. Calendar, he's got good reflexes, can get out there and put a hand to it, but you got to get your first post there. I mean, it's a obviously it's a in transition again against the run of play. Really, I mean, unfortunate that they scored there.
Yeah. So we go tied 1-1.
Hmm.
Um, and Inter. Okay, so there's a combination of a few things. New York City FC, bottom of the East.
Hmm.
So we're generating chances. We aren't able to um, convert on
Finish.
any of them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we almost look disinterested again. It's a very I don't know if you can call it like a flat domination.
I think it just comes with frustration, to be honest with you. You know, especially from Suarez, I would say. You know, he or the from Suarez, and it just radiates through the team. You know, like you're so close so many times to scoring. Um, Suarez had one. You know, the corner gets whipped in. He's on the back post. He hits it one time with his left foot. Matt Freese makes an incredible save near post, like
He looked like so.
incredible. He stood on his head for a couple saves. Um, then Gressel puts in a ball and Suarez just barely misses it. It goes under, misses it. It goes under his foot. At the back, right to left on the back post. And then the other one where Cello inverted, held up the play, held up the defender on his back, rolled it across to Suarez on a 1-2, and Suarez shoots it across the frame, across his body to across the frame of goal, and you know this guy makes another save. So at that point, it's like Jesus Christ, what do we have to do to get a goal here? Like,
It,
and you can see that, and that frustration goes with the team. Like, it happens with every sport. It's almost like a domino effect. Like, okay, in baseball, let's say you're getting it's a hit parade, and you're the opposing team, and like these guys haven't hit, haven't had 5 hits in a game since April, and now they've strung together 7 hits in one inning. It just keeps going. And that's what it felt like for Inter Miami. Probably like they could not get the second goal to fall. And then again, we made a couple questionable substitutions with Pep Casas and Alfonso coming on. Pep Casas, he's a winger. He's a little pacey winger. I don't mind him. What I mind is that you just bring in Campana at that point.
oh, looks like we might have lost Mark for a second. Let's hope he comes back. Um, I agree. I think that the two subs were what felt like wasted subs. I understand you're trying to get minutes for the young kids, but um, there's a time and a place for everything. I think that being overly Alex says he got nervous. Are you referring to Tata? Tata getting nervous? Um, because I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. That was not the time nor the place to get those young guys minutes. You're tied 1-1. You need to put the pedal down to the metal. You need to step on somebody's throat. You need to put in guys that are going to go out and get you that 2-1 win. You knew you were without some of your starters. Redondo with that injury. Messi was out. The thought there was that they were saving him for Wednesday's game against Monterrey. Um, the team was creating chances, getting frustrated because they weren't converting chances. My thought was with Mark exactly. Put in Campana, put in another scoring threat, put in someone that is going to cause chaos on that back line, and hopefully something happens. But Tata went against that and put in two young guys. Um, they created a little bit, but I don't think they had the impact that a Campana would have had if he had come on as a substitute. Alex had says that I think he's referring to Tata when he says he got nervous when you were talking about the substitutions.
There's nothing to get nervous about. It's just simple tactics. Just stop thinking so much and put on Campana, unless we don't know that Campana has a knock or something, but I don't think he does. Just bring him on. Like I said, you're not gonna take Suarez off. Someone who's knocking on the door of a second goal, someone who should have easily had a hat trick, maybe even 4 goals. Um, but yeah, really unlucky not to get the 3 points against a really bad team.
I was saying that there's a time. I understand Tata's trying to get minutes for the young guys, but I
Hmm.
was saying that there's a
And
time and a
here's my thing. The only young guy that should be getting minutes, honestly, after yesterday's performance, is Yannick Bright. Yannick Bright should be playing above David Ruiz 100%. I've already seen enough of David Ruiz this season that shows me that he is still immature. He still takes too long to play the ball. He takes one too many touches. He can be another reserve guy, but if you're gonna start someone in place of Redondo, Yannick Bright's your guy right now.
So you're creaming right now. Sell, 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 sell on
I,
Rui.
And he's just like, honestly, dude, you yesterday's boneheaded dumbass thing that he did, not here for it.
All right. Well, let's not spoil the
Yeah,
fun that we're going to have in breaking down the game
and
on Wednesday.
that goes with him being young too. But like realistically, Yannick Bright has played better in the games that he has started than David Ruiz has played.
So I was saying that there was a time and a place for everything.
Mhm.
Tata decided to go with two young guys.
Yeah.
I said that with a team as bad as uh, NYFC was,
Mhm.
um, you're tied 1-1. Please put in Campana, that someone that's going to be a threat, someone who's going to cause chaos on the back line. Maybe we get that second goal, but that Tata should have the mentality of stepping on somebody's throat as
Yeah.
opposed to, well, we're good enough. We'll put in young guys. They'll figure it out.
And you take out your two wingers again. I think he got the subs wrong there for sure. I mean, you can leave Taylor in, dude, and like let him get a full 90. You take off Gressel, put in Campana for him, and I don't, you play two at the top and play a 4-4-2 like we did at the end of the DC United game.
Now, I hear the frustration in your voice.
Hmm.
I know I was frustrated watching that game, but it was an optimistic frustration because, yeah, I'm frustrated that they haven't scored,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah, yeah.
optimistic because, hell, we're getting all these chances. So I can't imagine the frustration that the team that is creating all these chances but not being rewarded for it is feeling.
Yeah.
We end up with a 1-1 draw.
Hmm.
Now, nobody, okay, let me rephrase this. I'm sure Alex Sanchez wasn't happy. Alex Bustillo wasn't happy. None of the Alexes are happy. I'm, okay, Mulligan. I don't know how you felt after that draw.
It, those 3 points were to be had. The result is disappointing, but there's nothing you can do if that ball doesn't go in the back of the net.
Right.
There's really like nothing you can really do.
Then we look forward to Wednesday, and our everyone's thought was, okay, they held Messi back, give him a few more days, he'll be on for Monterrey.
Hmm.
Uh, News comes out, no Messi for Monterrey. We come out in a 4-3-3 once again. This time, a more conventional 4-3-3. What I think should be the four in the back, which was Alba, Freire, Aviles, and Chelo. Thoughts
Hmm.
on the formation and the back line?
That is our strongest back line that we have. That is our best defense that we have. Those four guys right there. There's no need to overcomplicate it. You can switch out Kristoff for one of those other guys to get a break on the center backs, but those are our four best defenders, hands down. Like there's no if, ands, or buts around it. Those are the four. Those are the best ones.
Now,
Um,
I see that back line, and I'm like, hey, exactly what you said. Hey, our four best defenders are there. Are you know, I think the back line is going to have a good day. My one concern, and there's nothing this person can do about it. My one concern was Toto,
mhm,
because Monterrey is a big, big team.
mhm,
Brandon Vasquez up front is just a moose. Um, they have a big physical team. I wanted to know how they would hold up against, and I asked about it last time, the physicality that I thought Monterrey would bring. Um, then I saw that it was Ruiz and Busquets in the back,
with
and then
Gomez.
what was it?
They ended up playing a 4-3-3 offensively, but then dropped into a 4-1-4-1 defensively, having Busquets as a lone six and a four across in front of him. So it was basically a left mid of Taylor, a right mid of Gressel. The two center mids in front of Busquets were Ruiz and Gomez. So it was almost like a 4-5-1.
Okay,
Really packing in that midfield and stuff like that.
I
But
mean, it's what Miami wanted to do given the just the
I think like if they were happy, letting or trying to see if Monterrey can break them down through the middle, and like they really didn't. Like
no.
Brandon Vasquez was a non-factor. Like that guy wasn't like I didn't see him touch the ball aside from that maybe that first shot that almost that Calendar saved on the near post on the like deflection that was almost offsides or whatever. But other than that, the guy didn't touch the ball other than kicking it off after we scored.
And he missed that he had a ball played to the back post that he misplayed that was a little bit behind him. That was the only other.
But
Uh,
he was like the guy who has been scoring for Monterrey in La Liga, MX, and then the CONCACAF Champions Cup. The guy was a non-factor that first leg, dude. Like we held him. That was
so
that was that like our back line played fantastic, like solid
you know how we
in that
talk
in that
about
first half.
Miami having purposeless possession?
That's what they did. That's what they
Correct.
had. They
Yes,
had okay. Granted, the stats at the end of the game, they had 21 shots, 8 on goal. We'll get to that later, but they were sure they were getting shots on goal. Calendar was making saves and stuff like that, but they weren't ridiculous jumping out one hand here, clearing distance off the line. They were Miami's defense stood up.
he wasn't Tim Howard against Belgium by
No,
any.
no, 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 no.
They were easy saves for the most part. A lot of the shots
Yeah.
were at him, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
calmly coming out and holding the
Yes.
ball.
Yes.
I agree. I think that we
I can confidently say that Miami's biggest problem is not the defense this year. Right now, with that
okay.
with that back four,
Okay,
it is not
I
the
was going to
defense.
say with that back four, yes. Now if
Even
Tata
even
starts going with fives and threes and
then you overcomplicate things. Yeah, it's just different game plan, different personnel. No, no, that back four is the best back four you can play.
right, and then in the preseason
Hmm.
we talked about set pieces and the demons that caused,
Hmm.
but we flipped that around
Hmm.
and off of a set piece.
We score.
I don't even know. Toto was falling backwards. He kind of just stuck a foot out, and it
I
worked
don't
out.
know. Russell just like kind of put it into no man's land there, short on the first post, and Toto just put his foot on it, like on that. I don't even know. I can't even tell if it hit off the ground or was just like out of the air. He just put his foot out there and right past the keeper. First goal for
Hit the
Toto.
top bar.
Yeah, pretty much roofed it.
Right.
So yeah, we go up 1-0 there.
That was a real nice surprise.
Hmm.
I don't know if Avinas had scored before. Um,
I think he has one goal before, maybe last year, I want to say, but this is his first this year for us.
well, they saved the ball for him, so I don't know if I saw that they did
Uh,
remove the ball from play.
okay.
Um, so it might have been his first goal. But the point is, we're up 1-0. We go back to exactly what you were saying, absorbing that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Monterrey with purposeless possession, um, and we go to halftime up 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we start the second half, and Ryan Taylor goes down
Yeah.
with that muscle injury.
No, that started in the first half. First half.
That was in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my first reaction was, and I sent you a text message on this.
Mm-hmm.
Who did I expect to for the sub to
Cam
be?
Campana.
Yes. What were your thoughts? You gave me an explanation.
Yeah.
You
I
wanted
mean,
Campana.
I figured that, since we're just in a conventional 4-3-3 and we're gonna have that to play that wide midfielder, in a 4-5-1 defensively, to bring on Campana there and have him sit all the way back didn't make any sense. That's why I think they brought on Alfonso instead.
Okay. Do you think that a 4-4-2 with Suarez and Campana that gave us success? I think it was against DC.
Yeah,
Was it?
DC, yeah. I mean, that could have worked, yeah, 100%. I mean, just Gomez is gonna have to be playing a lot wider than he was before, and he's gonna leave Busquets and Ruiz in the middle in front of the back line, but it could have been done and
I mean,
just play super. Just let them absorb all the pressure and hoof it up to and have Campana jump in as a as a false nine, no pun intended, and play out of there in the
Pun
midfield.
intended. Absolutely. Yeah, but
But
I wanted Campana.
mhm,
I know that I was also texting Mr. Bustillo as well. He wanted Campana. Um, but Afonso goes in, and he had a good chance early. But my thing was this, and the
the
frustration.
chance were that chance should not have been for him.
Well, no, that's no. He had one before the one we're about to get into.
Oh,
He
okay.
had a little chance early, and then he got a pass from Jordi Alba,
Hmm.
and he turned, spun. I think it was Suarez that gave it to him. He turned,
Hmm.
spun, and shot just wide of the far post.
Okay.
However, and I'll let you explain that. However,
However, he had another chance. His second chance was a 1-2 with Suarez.
right?
Beautiful 1-2. I mean, Suarez made the run. This guy turns and shoots it on a standstill foot to the far post, and it's a save. If he lays it off to Suarez, it's 2-0 going into halftime.
Clear,
It
nobody
Suarez putting it past the keeper with the keeper not even moving. It
had
was a 1-2 to
no
break the
emotion.
defensive line. It was a 1-2 breaking the defensive line, and you saw it. Suarez was absolutely livid, and rightly so.
Oh no,
Rightly so.
he was. I mean, I've. It took me back to. You remember Higuain?
Hmm. Of
That man
course.
yelled more than anybody. He yelled at everybody, and it got me
Hmm.
frustrated because Higuain was just had nothing left in the tank, and you're yelling at people.
Yeah.
But A, you can't get there. B, you're not running. But that's besides the point.
Hmm.
Suarez is yelling because he was there. It's not, oh, you didn't look for me. No, no, no. I'm here, and
Hmm.
there's nobody in front of me.
Yep.
But I feel that that outburst, that because it almost felt like he was, you know, letting it all out almost. That frustration, the team almost became tight. Like, oh my God, what is happening? He's like, we know he's a hothead, but he's usually a
Hmm.
hothead against the other team.
Yeah.
He's not usually a hothead against his own team.
Yeah.
So I feel like the team got tight, and then your favorite player, you can go ahead and get into it now. Go ahead and talk to me about Ruiz.
I mean, the second half. I'll start with the second half. It's more of the same. Just we're sitting back, defending. They're pushing a little bit. We're holding fine. Ruiz gets a yellow card in that first half, I believe. Yeah,
On dumb stuff because it wasn't
yeah,
even a challenge.
dumb stuff and stuff like that. And then 66 minute, you know, guys by him. He's behind him. He gives him a little brush off to the back of the head area, whatever you want to call it, in front of the ref. And we know how this ref has been. He's gonna call it. He sees it. He's gonna give a yellow card. And what does he do? Surely enough, he gives the yellow card. The second yellow, he's out for the game. Red card. Done. At that point, I said, this fucking guy did not just fucking do that. He did not just put his team in a hole because he is frustrated or he did some slick shit or thought he was going to get away with it or this and that or it was nothing. It was probably nothing. Sure, he brushed him. The guy sold it. Yes, it's CONCACAF. Are they going to call it? 100% of the time.
The point is, his hand got in the face area.
Yes.
The other,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you
yeah.
can't do that.
I mean, what are you like? What are you thinking that you're in probably the most important game of the club's history at the time, at home, up 1-0 against the best Mexican team, against probably the best team in the CONCACAF Cup. What are you doing, bro? Just fucking sit, relax, let it go. Just they called a foul. That's it. Whatever it was. That's whatever. I don't even know. And that's it. Just play it from there. Let it go. That's it. You're done. You live to see the next. Who knows? We were defending fine. We were clearing the ball.
It was a
It it, it
controlled game.
it was yeah, sure. Were they under pressure at times? Yes, but they controlled it. They
Correct.
controlled it. I mean, dude, at that point, I knew what was gonna happen. It was only a matter of time before they got a goal.
It's
Surely
like
enough,
blood in the ocean.
yeah, surely enough, these get now we have to bring on a defender. We bring on Ryan Saylor and we play a 5-3-1.
And a wasted sub because Afonso came in for Taylor, and Afonso's the one who comes out.
Yeah. Um it just like is a stupid, stupid mistake there, dude. Like you cannot do that. So
That's
they get a
that's that's a great Heat reference, by the way. That is an
I mean,
excellent Heat reference.
it is true. Um So they get a corner kick, it deflects off Busquets. They didn't get ahead to it. We beat him to the ball. Busquets unlucky, just grazes off the back of his head, deflects down. Calendar has to parry it away, parries it right into the path of their winger, Mesa, who scores. And that was just like really just an unlucky break, but you knew that at some point that goal was gonna come from them. They just smelled it. Like it was just, and then from then on, it was just us trying to hold on for dear life. Um,
Now, my hope was that they would respond.
mhm.
Um, that they would almost go balls to the wall, all out, go for broke. Um, it wasn't there. Alex, I
I
said
mean,
I would respond.
they tried. Suarez had a free kick at the edge of the box, and then, like I said, that second, like one of those attacks that in the 80 something minute that eventually led to the goal. We were attacking. Shouts for a handball. Doesn't get reviewed by VAR. The ref doesn't check it. I have no idea what goes on there. I don't know why it wasn't even looked at. Um, and they go down the other end. We make a tackle in the box. Busquets plays it to Gomez. Gomez touch takes him away. Like it's a terrible touch, granted, into the foot of Rodriguez, who puts the ball in the top right corner.
Yeah,
It was just an unfortunate, like it just unraveled so quickly, and from the handball shouts to the other side to making a tackle to then the goal.
Gomez deserves the blame at the moment,
Yes,
but the overall blame.
is David Ruiz 8,000. No one is ever gonna convince me that this game is not on I don't care what they say that it's a team game, it's this and that. Calendar said it's a team game. The blame goes on everyone, not just one person. You want to say that you're the team captain, I respect it. But deep down inside, you do know that it is on David Ruiz, and he knows that. Everyone's gonna say that. David Ruiz ruined the game for Inter Miami. I don't care how you say it, how you put it, how you phrase it, what you thought it was the outcome. No, you were up 1-0 at home, controlled defensively. You were in the 66th minute. You were give or take 30 minutes away, 29 minutes away, 28 minutes away from seeing out a victory and a 1-0 uh, leg
Had
going into
clean,
Monterrey.
clean sheet on, take a one
Yes,
nil
yes,
victory
yes,
into the
yes.
second leg, put the pressure on Monterrey at home.
Who knows? Monterrey may be going for it. You catch him on the counter, you get a second goal. Who knows? You never know. But guess what? You ruin like you put your team a man down, and then this happens. What are you doing, brother? Like you have to be smarter than that. Like it's just stupidity from him at that point. Utter stupidity.
Okay, given our injury situation,
Hmm.
do you think he still sees minutes, or do you think that that
He's not gonna play the next in the second leg. He's not playing. We know that. He got a red card. He's out for the second
right,
leg.
right,
I mean. like I said, I think Yannick Bright is a better player than he is, honestly. Like Reese has some quality, but Yannick Bright is probably the same age, if not a year younger, maybe. Or he's just as good, I would say. He's played just as well when he starts. Why
My
not?
question is more of a: do you
Oh,
think that this has long term repercussions for him?
I mean, people would. I would. There's probably fans out there that would think so. That would maybe hope that holds him accountable for that. And with Kremashi coming back, guess what? Those minutes are going to be a little bit thinner, dude. He's going to be probably going back to the bench as a sub to relieve some of these guys. But yeah, right now on those minutes, for me, if I was a manager, would I sit him the next couple MLS games? 100%. Yeah, not Yannick Bright go at it. Yannick
Okay.
Bright again was not available for the game yesterday though.
Uh, Reason?
Injury. Picked up a knock against I want to say New York City FC.
Okay.
But
Um,
we should have a going into the second leg. Granted, we're down a goal and we're not and we're down two on aggregate. Granted, we had if Messi is available to play, you would have Franco Negri who might be available to play, Cremashi who might be available to play, Bright, Christoph, and Robert Taylor who might be available to play. So we'll see.
this poses the question:
hmm
concerned about Messi?
I mean, there's concern because he's 36. His body needs time to heal. But if they're treating it properly and he's done everything and he's healthy and there's no setback and there's no discomfort while training and stuff like that, I'm not concerned.
Okay. Um, if Messi misses the next game
hmm
is coming up is
Saturday,
uh
Colorado,
yeah,
Colorado at home.
Zach Steffen,
Another winnable game.
who's
Another Jordy Mihailovic and
Mihailovic.
Chris
Yes,
and Chris,
Steffen
Chris
and
Bassett,
Mihailovic were the two biggest
Sam
acquisitions.
Vines, yeah, those guys. It's a
Top
winnable game.
14.
It's a winnable game. Winnable game. 100% winnable game. But
Colorado was the worst team in the MLS that season. Yes.
they were pretty bad last season. I want to say, yeah, they were them. LA Galaxy were pretty bad. We were pretty bad. Chicago Fire was probably the worst team.
Okay.
With Colorado, Colorado was not good.
So, despite their additions, winnable game.
100% winnable game. You're at home. You play the best at home. Was New York City winnable? Yeah, of course it was winnable. This winnable? Yeah, it's winnable.
Okay, but that's my question.
Yeah, it's winnable.
It's winnable,
Yeah, yeah. The
and
game yesterday was winnable until
it's
the
getting a
66th
result.
minute. I mean, I've said we're gonna win every freaking game.
I know.
Honestly, I know. Um, the, I don't know if I want to say we win the game against Monterrey away because it's tough. Um, can we? Yeah, we can win 1-0 on Saturday. I don't see why not. Like I know we won't. I mean, it's a perfect time for Kremashi to come back. Honestly, if he's training full and back and all that stuff, unleash him. Let him get some running.
That's a great question.
We're falling apart without Messi. No, I think we're just stagnant without Messi. To be honest, we're just coasting. I think we're just very flat without Messi. And this goes to a question I asked Michelle Kaufman, who covers Inter Miami on Twitter. I asked her about Matias Rojas, who we had mentioned a couple earlier in the shows that he was going to be a replacement and stuff like that. It looks like it might be happening sooner than later. We just picked up an international roster slot today for 150,000 in exchange with CF Montreal, so that could be coming.
Who did we have? Okay, so I know that there has to be a roster move made. It's not just about
No,
picking
we
up an
have a spot. We have a spot. We gained a spot with an exchange of $150,000 to CF Montreal.
but I
No
thought
one. Okay, who is gonna the player that might be moved? I would probably say Schneider Borgelin. Schneider Borgelin. Yeah.
you're right. But okay, so everything I was reading was that the way around with the signing of Afonso, the signing
Mhm.
of Yannick, they had to open up a roster spot. Now, the roster spot opening up is as simple as, like you said, loaning Borgelin out to a USL team. Loaning a young player out to get minutes somewhere else.
But though I don't I don't think that Leo Alfonso signed for the entire season for the first team. I think it was very short term, to be honest.
Okay, I don't know the details.
I don't think I don't know I don't want to speak out or anything, but I don't think it was a fully like Yannick Bright. I know is a first team contract through the year. I'm just not sure what Leo Alfonso's contract was. I know he
and
signed it,
we
and they
still sent Casas too.
yeah. I mean, but like you said, I can see a Borgelin being loaned out.
Ruiz maybe being loaned out after this, but
Uh,
or traded for a 12 pack of Heineken, something. Um, but yeah, so very winnable game.
hmm
Will we get the result? Is the question I'm asking.
Saturday,
Hmm.
and just this team. Like if it was last year, I'd say no, but this year, like there's just a resilience that that this team has. Just to go for it at times. Granted, that aside from the New York Red Bulls game, we're not that game never happened.
There's also
Um,
an apathy to them, though. A very whatever.
yeah,
This is CCC.
yeah. Um, but I feel like they've shown like they can win like without Messi. Again, like I always say, it's coming down to finishing your chances. Like we finish our chances against New York City, it's a 5-1 game. We finish our I mean, yesterday we hold on. If this guy doesn't get a stupid red card, we probably hold on to win. I mean,
I agree.
this team, like I keep saying, we have the talent over them 100%. We have the better USA goalkeeper.
Over Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we start our back like the strongest lineup we have without Messi and stuff like that, yeah, we can win. Yes, I can see us winning. Yes, 1-0 win for Inter Miami.
Okay.
Even though
You
I want to give more goals, but I feel like I jinx it every time I give us more goals.
so I don't imagine there's any shot Messi plays Saturday. Do you think Messi comes back for that second leg?
I tell you what, he's trying his hardest to come back. He wants like apparently the reports that I was reading, I don't know if you've read them, where the
It
coach
was
said the coach said something about Messi that he's another rival, but this team gets calls and be ready for the referee and this and that. It's going to be tilted. And Messi got wind of that. And there was, apparently, him and some teammates bickering and waiting for the Monterrey coach Ortiz after the game and stuff like that in the locker room. So if Messi wants to really shut this team up and be the rival and do that, he'll go in, score 3 fucking goals, and take us to the semifinals. Is it something I've never seen before? Absolutely not. Is it something he's capable of? Yes. Can we go toe to toe with this team? Yes.
100%.
100%.
I'm not. I'm not.
This
I don't
this
fear Monterrey.
this team did not Byron, this team did not scare me.
No, I don't fear
This
them at
team was
all.
a dude, I'm more scared of I honestly I can say this with a straight face. I was more worried about the Nashville game.
The
Against Nashville. Over in Nashville.
okay,
The CCC game.
yeah.
Nashville just does something to us that I have no idea what it is that we just combust against them at times, but we find ways to win. But I thought Nashville was a tougher opponent away than these guys were at home.
I agree. There was nothing special about Monterrey. We don't go a man down. They don't win.
Mm.
Um, and we did not have Messi. I feel that we yeah. There's a little.
No, but I'm not saying Monterrey is a terrible team. I'm just saying we're playing up to their standards. People think, oh, because we have Messi, oh, we're gonna get rolled over or we're gonna roll over. No, we haven't shown that. So
They've
It's
done
just
a better job of roster building aside from Messi.
because they built up from the back. They've built the defense first. Like our we didn't like our defense was a rotating door last year, honestly. Like until we had Kamal Miller, it was a rotating door. Then we couldn't score. Now that we found like a true right back, two center backs who can play, and a left back, and then you sit Busquets and Redondo with Gomez, and then Messi, Suarez, and Taylor up top. That is a strong team. That is a very strong team. And then you have subs like eventually like Matias Rojas, Campana come in. Those guys are game changers. Like they're not rollovers. So it's not getting complacent with or underestimating the opposition. It's just like giving credit to this team that the depth we have. Yes, when we're healthy is crazy, and the team that we can put forward is crazy. But like we're not just going to roll over because it's Monterrey and they've scored this amount of goals and they rolled over another MLS team. But no, it's just playing up to the game.
Matias would have been a godsend right now because he would have stepped right into that Messi role in terms of being a creative uh,
Midfield,
level.
yeah, a creative presence.
Right. Um, but when it comes down to it, do you think we get a result in Monterrey enough to move on?
If Messi plays, yes.
Okay.
If Messi plays, I think we do.
Okay. Okay.
Like
We
I
should,
just think there's a fire that's burning in this team when Messi comes back that they just want to just absolutely annihilate everything in their way. And when they get fully healthy, like I fully expect when Cremashi is ready to play, he takes over that center mid role in place of Redondo for the time being until Redondo comes back. Then you can switch out. Then you can play however you want from there.
see. I think he takes that right wing position where it's Taylor, um, Suarez, Benja, where it's him on out wide
Where
with
are you gonna play mid?
Gomez in the middle. So it's almost like a
So
four.
then, wait, when fully healthy, Benja starts over Redondo and Gomez.
No, I think when
Okay,
fully healthy, Benja starts for Gressel.
when fully healthy, Russell doesn't start. It's Messi on the right, Suarez down the middle, Taylor on the left, and then Gomez, Redondo, and Busquets
No, well, then
in
I
a
don't know.
four in a 4-3-3. If you're
Yeah,
gonna play
push. He may push Taylor. Well, he'd start on Taylor's side because Taylor.
Cremashi,
Yeah,
then you can have. I mean, but does Cremashi offer the finishing that Taylor and the one-on-one ability that Taylor does right now?
I think Benja has shown that a little bit,
Hmm.
and he's shown the ability to put service across the face of goal.
I have a question. Would you be comfortable with, like you said, starting Benja up top? Let's say around the 65th minute, you do this. Taylor comes in for Benja. Busquets comes out, let's say, to get a break. Redondo goes to the six. Benja goes to the other eight position with Gomez.
Repeat that one more time.
So let's say in the 60th minute, we're fully healthy squad, or Benja gets to start at left wing.
Okay.
All right. At the 60th minute, Tata makes a sub. It's Taylor for Benja. Would you be comfortable in swapping out um what's his name?
Busquets.
Busquets, moving Redondo into the midfield, into the sixth position, and then having Benja next to him and Gomez next to him as instead of Gomez, Redondo, and Busquets. Would you be comfortable with Gomez, Redondo, and Benja? Or would you bring in Yannick Bright or
I don't.
Gressel?
I don't know if I trust Benja. I don't know if I trust him defensively. He's a good offensive piece,
Hmm.
but I don't know if I trust him defensively.
Okay.
Gomez, I trust defensively. Um, Redondo, clearly, I trust defensively. Um, I trust Yannick defensively. I don't know if he. I don't know that he offers the offensive punch Benja does, but I
Hmm.
do think that Has to. Ben has a spark plug just because
Hmm.
of his energy. He has to see the field at some point, whether it be as a super sub or starting. Either way.
I think he sees it this weekend. I think there's a real chance for him to get playing time, and I hope he does.
I agree. Um, the thing is, he's got to be healthy enough for it. They've teased it a few weeks in terms of him training. We
He was
haven't
back to
heard
full
anything.
training, so we'll see how much of it is
At
true.
this point. It's a fitness thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
If he does play, as a sub in the last 25, 30, maybe.
okay. You think he comes in as a super sub to get his first minutes? You don't think he starts?
No, I don't think he. I mean, it also depends on how the what's wrong with Taylor, what the severity of it is.
Well, I
We
don't.
don't know.
I don't think Taylor starts. I think if it's a muscle thing,
Yeah, I think they hold him out till Wednesday if he's good to go.
well, do you then turn to a 4-4-2?
With
You can put Busquets and Gomez
uh-uh,
middle
uh-uh. Gomez out left as left mid, Busquets and Yannick Bright,
in the middle. Okay,
Grasso on the right, leave the back four intact, and Campana and this guy and Suarez up top.
okay, that'll work.
But then you're really left with like no subs.
I mean, if we had one before, I'd say, okay, we have the luxury to mix in.
No, no, I know. I mean, we may see Negri. Who knows? Franco Negri might get some run in with the first team.
You put in Alba in the midfield.
Well, not to start, but as a reserve, you can see him. I can see him coming on. I'm not even out about the midfield. Negri as a left mid, Gomez on, and then switch Gomez on to the right and pack in the midfield. Almost like a 4-5-1.
Okay,
Yeah. You
well,
may also see a Lawson Sunderland get the start.
oof, I don't want to see that. I don't think there's, like I said, if we had
Like I
one
said, like I told you, that guy's a 22nd, 23rd player on our roster when fully healthy. But again, we're not healthy, so these guys are like the 14th, 15th guy that we're calling in.
I mean, like I said, I don't think we have the luxury to do that right now. If they had taken care of some of their business, we would be. But I think it's red alert, all hands on deck. We need points in the worst
Well,
way.
here's the thing. If this was the middle of the season, I'd be a little more worried. Given that it's the eighth eighth game coming up, I'm not as gung ho on everything. But do I think should we still win these games? Yes. But the MLS is a long season.
It's not even about the MLS season for me. I just think you need something positive.
I
You
mean,
need.
hey, we're at the top. Here's your positive, dude. Last season, we didn't get our fucking third win till who knows when. We're top three right now, top four in the East. Uh, We're okay. We're not losing every game either. You've had your tough games against some really tough opponents in the beginning. Aside from that, um, aside from the New York City game, New York Red Bulls is playing some good football.
I mean,
Montreal is playing some
I mean,
good
we got
football.
absolutely destroyed. We got.
Yeah, no, 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 I know. But those teams are playing some good football, man. Like LA Galaxy are playing some good football. Like Real Salt Lake, Chicho Arango just scored a hat trick this past weekend. What do you do against us?
Nothing.
There you go. And I remember
Frustrated.
Alex Sanchez saying that guy.
Whereas
Alex Sanchez said that guy was a bum. I remember. I have receipts too, buddy. Hey,
Shots fired.
Luis
Shots
Suarez.
fired.
Luis Suarez has 7 goals in 5 MLS games. He's gonna get one this weekend.
Okay. All right.
Bookmark that.
Oh, I'm sure. Listen, they're gonna keep receipts. So
I
we have
know.
Colorado on Saturday, and the second leg against Monterrey on Wednesday.
Reserve.
Um, we will have a recap of Saturday's game and the result on Wednesday's game next Thursday. Don't forget, tell your friends about it. Let if you know any Inter Miami fans, um, let have them subscribe. If you wear Inter Miami gear, please take a picture, send it to us, tag us on social media. We'll go ahead and repost it, whether it be on X or on Instagram. We hope to see you guys Thursday. Any last
Alex.
words, Mark?
Wait. Yeah, Sanchez. Are you here? Is he here? If
He
he's here, I don't know. If he's here, if you are going to the game, take a picture of the game, send it to me, or
yes,
tag us.
yes,
I know
absolutely,
those seats are good seats. You have all the supporters there. Just take a pic if you're in town. If you're going, just tag us. It's just a picture of the game.
yes. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. Um, hope you guys have a safe week. Have a great one, guys.